Nicki Minaj is worried about your balls. News analyst Shawn is here to officially break the story. There was enough novelty in a situation like this for me to overlook it the other day when I first heard about her cousin's friend's balls. It's so out of the way and random that it's like, who would believe this? But then I forget that she has fans. So Nicki Minaj has a social media following that ranges in the hundreds of millions, right? And while you can say whatever you want on these social media platforms, it's best to leave professional advice to professional people that have worked and done research in the field, right? I would never give you financial advice and legally could not give you financial advice. Why? Because I'm not a financial advisor. Anybody who's ever done any kind of investing and you wanted to see about the potential future of a stock or see about the potential investment opportunities of crypto, a lot of the time you'll hear these videos start off with, or tweets start off with, articles start off with, I am not, or we are not financial advisors. Please go into this at your own discretion, at your own risk. So as someone who would not be allowed to advise you financially, I could not also give you an anecdotal story about how much money I made someone that might range in the millions of dollars. Why? Because that supports the narrative that I want you to think that I know what I'm doing or that I know what I'm talking about. In the same way that I would never advise you medically, because I don't want to give you an anecdotal story that may sway your opinion in one way or the other. Why? Because I'm not a professional. Does that mean that all professionals know what they're doing? No. Am I more likely to trust someone who is a professional or regarded as such versus someone sitting on their couch doing research that they believe is comparable to people that have studied the field for years, decades, and possibly centuries? It'd be reasonable. Nicki Minaj took to Twitter the other day to tell people that in order for her to attend the Met Gala, she'd need to be vaccinated. And she says that she wasn't going to do that in order to attend the Met Gala. She says that she would not be getting vaccinated until she did enough research. I'm guessing she doesn't feel safe getting vaccinated, but for some reason feels safe around her husband. I'm more likely to take my chances around a needle than a predator. Maybe it's just me. It's really giving I'm only looking up information or telling you that I'm doing research on the vaccine because I couldn't attend the Met Gala more than it is I've been doing research since the vaccine came out. And my question to people who give this as their response for why they are unvaccinated isn't that you can't have questions or that you're not allowed to be on the fence about things. It's me asking, what do you expect to find that medical professionals and researchers who've been studying this since it came out haven't been able to see yet? How professional or how galaxy brain are you specifically as one person doing research, most likely via Google? How wide do your resources range to where you could find answers that medical professionals couldn't? That scientists couldn't? What the fuck is in your web browser that you've got the answers but they don't? And I know she didn't say that she knew. She's not discouraging people from getting it on a technical level, but you are implying that there's something they don't know that you'll be able to find out through research. And I'm not even one of these people that's like, if you don't want to be vaccinated, then there's something wrong with you. I can't believe you would ever have this stance. I'm not one of these people, okay? I understand the importance of what the vaccine is supposed to do for people and what it's supposed to do for our country. I just said our country, this country. But in my mind, the most reasonable response, even though it could still be debated, is I don't feel comfortable getting it right now because I feel like it's still in its early stages. There are too many potential variants that could still mutate at this point because there are so many people that are unvaccinated that I don't want to have to keep going and get boosters and getting extra shots and extra shots. So while I am still open to getting it, I'd rather wait until they give me the final version, the final DLC. I'd rather wait for that as opposed to get one right now and then having to get more and more and more because other people don't want to get vaccinated either. I could see that being the most reasonable of responses if that was your decision for why you hadn't gotten it yet. Get the fuck. It's this and that. It's this and that, okay? Pretending like you're doing research because your cousin's friend's balls exploded and his wife conveniently left the same time because his balls were somehow making the kids uncomfortable because they couldn't sleep through the night because his ball hair was rustling up against his leg hair and people were uncomfortable hearing the noise as he walked by, because pretending it's because of the vaccine and not from a hooker that he cheated with a couple nights before the marriage was supposed to happen. It's crazy to me. You don't care about my balls or anyone else's balls. You're afraid of the shot, and it's okay to say that. I know why you'd be afraid based off our history in this country. I especially understand. I've been in the hospital with black women as they've attended a doctor's appointment and they've described symptoms to their doctor only for these symptoms to be way worse than the doctor led them to believe because they weren't paying attention or giving them the care that they required at that time. I've seen doctors be incredibly dismissive of black women specifically when they come in and talk about their symptoms. It's a real thing. So I'm not scoffing at you because you're skeptical of the shot. I'm scoffing at you because you are somehow convinced in your own ideology of yourself that you are the person that's got the answers. No one else who's been suffering through this pandemic for the last 2 years almost has the answers or a way out, but you are the one. Look, bro, at the end of the day, if you didn't want to be vaccinated, you could have just said to your Twitter followers, yo, I don't know anything about this vaccine business, but until I do find out more information, I'm gonna stay masked up, I'm gonna stay indoor, I'm gonna keep my distance from people and keep my gatherings to the very bare minimum, if any at all. Could have just said that. I know people have gone on to defend her and say this and say that. Oh, she didn't say anything that was wrong. All she's gotten is opinion. No, information that can be factually debunked, which this case actually has been, is not an opinion. It's you spreading misinformation. There are no testicle breaches because of the shot. Again, this isn't me personally trying to give you advice and advise you closer towards the shot if you're on the fence about it, okay? But let's stop pretending as if it's about research, because it's not. The info and the data is out there. You're either going to believe it or you're not. Although I'm not going to give you any kind of medical advice, I will tell you that the intention of what this shot is supposed to be has been so misread and misunderstood for a while now. I do not believe that this is some miracle vaccine. I do not believe that this is some Jesus shot, that you're gonna get hit with this and all of a sudden all your dreams and aspirations are suddenly gonna become clear. The intent is to lessen effects, okay? And if the effects are lessened to a point where you sneeze less, cough less, cry less, sniffle less, it all works towards you not being able to transmit it as easy. Limiting transmission keeps cases low. Keeping cases low, make sure it dies down sooner. Make sure it dies down sooner, less deaths. Herd immunity comes quicker. It's not a miracle, okay? And if people stop believing that people who want you to get it are promoting it as if it's a miracle vaccine, as opposed to what it is, a shot that's just supposed to lessen effects, maybe the fear-mongering and the hysteria over it wouldn't be as high. I'd be skeptical if all of a sudden they started promoting cancer cures and they said it's for free. Pull up to this drive-thru at your local McDonald's and we'll give it to you with a Happy Meal. But that isn't what this is. There's no miracle that's happening. It's just saying if you get sick, get this, and you might be less sick, but you'll still be sick if you get it. Why we don't give anecdotal evidence for anything and use it as data, because it's not data, it's anecdotal. Real story is who the fuck your cousin's friend slept with to get an STD. Even worse, you allowed yourself to be used by Tucker fucking Carlson on Fox News because you tweeted this dumb shit. You allowed yourself to be used as a stepping stool for a political agenda when people's lives are at stake because of what you said, based off what you said. Now Tucker Carlson's point is why the left are bad as opposed to why what she said about this shot is wrong and misleading. Does that mean that there are going to be zero side effects to this shot? No. Okay, there are people I'm sure that have passed, people that I'm sure have had adverse reactions, but these are all cases that have been documented as being caused by the vax. They're not hidden. They're available for you to see, and it's up to you to weigh your risk to reward ratio.
40% of Black Americans have been fully vaccinated.
What is it that you were about to say right then? Why did you pause for a second, Tuck? The fuck, man? I thought we were buddies. You told me in a text last week that we was homies. There you go, sound it out. That's the problem, Nicki. You had the injections in the wrong part of your body. That's the fucking problem. Wait, how are you not skeptical about ass shots? But about, what is going? What? No, this natural selection gotta happen sooner than later, because this makes no fucking sense. Your ass looks like a balloon. We all know that shit ain't real, and you're comfortable getting that, but not a vaccine. I'm done. The video's over. That got it. Ass shots, but not a vaccine, got it. I don't know what else to tell you. What was the research for the circumference of the ass that you wanted? Just like, let me know. How big did you want it to be, and how much research did you do on it before you got it? Just let me know. Because the science literally tells you not to do that. There are far more harsh and horrible reactions in cases that have been documented from bad ass shots than oh my God. What am I doing here? I'm clearly supposed to be on a different planet. I'm not supposed to be here. That's what this means. God, I'm gonna need you to make Venus habitatable. That's not a word. See, I'm not an English major. I'm not a professional. I'm letting you know that. Oh shit. I can just imagine Nicki Minaj with like a set of test tubes, individually injecting a shot from each pharmaceutical company that manufactures the vaccine. Then we gonna get a news article the next day. Nicki Minaj accidentally discovers the cure to cancer in virus vaccine trials. And then she gotta make a rap song about it. It's gonna go from all you bitches is my sons to all you bitches is my test subjects. That's all I got. I have nothing else to say. This is a dumb take from Nicki Minaj, and it's a dumb take from anyone that's defending her. I also think that anyone thinking that her post was like misconstrued, I'm not telling you that she said for people not to be vaccinated. I'm not saying that in any capacity. She's got tweets here showing that she's telling people if you need it for work, you should get it, and that she's likely to have it at some point. But you don't say that you have no idea or no information about a subject, and then you tweet negative anecdotal cases about this particular subject that you also claim to know is nothing about, while also trying to remain as if you're an opinionated, open person who's unbiased and open to all information. Your husband the one that might need the shot, and I'm not talking about the vaccine. Barbs, if you're trying to come for me, suck my dick. It's big enough for all y'all. Bye.